So today we're going to talk about one of the greatest inventions that I think was ever made, and that would be the invention of the condom. The first reference to condoms was back in Greek mythology. King Minos of Crete was cursed with sperm said to contain serpents and scorpions. It was said that his mistresses would die after they had sex with him. And so the king's wife didn't want to die, so she told the king he needed to do something to come up with some kind of protection so that his sperm would not come in contact with her. So what the king ended up doing was making a condom out of goat's bladder, and this condom was inserted inside his wife. His wife lived. And so the use of condoms back then were not used to prevent pregnancy as they are now. They were used to prevent sexually transmitted diseases. And one interesting note about condoms is they could tell someone what the social class of that person is. They were dyed certain colors, and only certain classes of people were allowed to have condoms that were of certain colors. So condoms have evolved throughout time, from first being made out of animal bladders and various organ linings of animals to now being made out of rubber. 85% of condoms are currently made in Asia. Condoms are then, manufactured, produced, and then they're shipped over to the U.S. where they're packaged for sale. This Trojan condom says that it was manufactured in Princeton, New Jersey. There are several systems that are involved in the production of a condom. First, you have the rubber tree. The sap, or how they get the rubber out of the tree, the farmers, the people, everything that goes into that. It's then collected. The rubber is then compounded with different chemicals to make it more secure, not as holey and such. It's stored, it's dipped, it's tumbled, it's tested. When it's tested, it's kind of interesting. They shoot electricity through it. And a condom that has no holes in it shouldn't have any electricity that registers. So that's kind of how they know if there's a hole in it or if there's some kind of defect. So once it's tested, it's then packaged and submitted for quality control. The finished products are then shipped out to the various distributors who pass it along to the stores. And the stores stock them, and finally the consumers buy them for use. And after they get done using them, they discard them in all sorts of ways. So all these systems are important. The only one that I can see that could be removed was maybe, between the distributor and the seller. So let's say, for example, consumers could buy directly from the distributor. It wouldn't be as convenient. They'd have to order it. They'd have to make sure they order ahead of time, make sure it's there, plan. It could cause problems. It could lead to more STDs, an increased cost. It would possibly lead to more pregnancies. Let's say you go to the club and you're dancing around, you're having fun, and you meet somebody and you guys really hit it off. You bring them home. You guys start getting a little intimate, and you realize you don't have any of these things. What do? Are you going to just stop and hope that the other person waits around for you to get some? You go, you log on to the internet, you find a condom distributor, you try to find the one with the quickest shipping, you send your other person home, they come back a couple days later when you get it. And then you guys finish what you started. More than likely not. Either you're going to do it without the protection, or you're not going to do it at all. So this will encourage, like I said, more STDs, more unplanned pregnancies. Not everyone is able to follow the Boy Scout motto all the time. Be prepared. Because of the ingredients added to the manufactured rubber, condoms can take a long time to break down in the environment. Some studies say that the polyurethane prophylactics, they won't biodegrade, nor are they recyclable. Lambskin condoms, however, they're made from intestinal membranes and lambs, and those are still made because some people have latex allergies, or they could be allergic to the spermicide or some other ingredients that are put into the polyurethane condoms. They do a good job of protecting against pregnancy, but they don't protect against STDs. So because of the slow decomposition of condoms, used condoms have contributed to the waste control problems in both the landfills and waterways. Latex also will not decompose in water. So you know all those condoms you've used, gone in the bathroom, flushed them down the toilet? That's a no-no. Just throw them in the trash. Put them in some toilet paper, put them in the trash, everything's good to go. No matter what, they're all going to end up in the landfill. Either they go through the sewer system, they end up at the water treatment plant, they have to be fished out, put in bags, and taken to the landfill. Or they could end up in irrigation systems, or they could end up in waterways. All these different places, they're going to be picked up by somebody else. They're going to have to be put into the trash, taken to a landfill. So let's just cut it right there, put them in the trash, and be done with it. So anyways, there's some negative sides to condoms, but there are also positive side to condoms. So, you know, they say that, you know, you worry about, since they don't biodegrade, that they're going to have this horrible, horrible impact. Well, studies say that the carbon footprint of a condom is much smaller than human trash. So you use a condom, you don't end up with less STDs, less pregnancies. There's so many positive things. One little condom is so much better than the downside. So like I said, there's a positive side to condoms. If used correctly, they're 90% effective in preventing the transmission of sexually transmitted diseases, which is absolutely fantastic. And they're also 90% effective in preventing pregnancy. This helps control populations, delays childbirth. It lets people who aren't ready to have children or shouldn't have children, or maybe populations that are too large, not have children. So that's really great. So, bottom line, use condoms if you're not ready to have children. Awesome. If you don't use condoms, you end up with these before you're ready. Use condoms? Yes. Don't use condoms? These. That's it. Thanks for watching.